Hi everyone, Merry Christmas. I'm very happy to have you all here and have you watching this video. I am ready to talk about something very real with you all. As you may understand, the topic of this video is how to glow up mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, in all areas of your life. And I don't want to talk about glow ups when people just go to the gym, they have been pretty already, they just started doing makeup a little bit differently or whatever, and they call it a glow up. I want to talk about glow up when you don't even feel related with the previous versions of yourself. Like you could notice on the banner of this video, these are both two versions of me, and my friends who know me now, they cannot recognize that these two are actually the same people. And I am very proud of work that I did, because you see that you could give me hair, you can give me nails, makeup, whatever, but the confidence is there. Something really changed within me, and I want to share this all with you so you can make a difference in this year, so your comeback can be the most savage, baddest comeback of all times, and you start having real fun and happiness with your life. One thing that you need to really understand first is that your real change starts within. No matter what you're going to do with your external appearance, it's not going to shift so drastically unless you start working within yourself. And what's more important is that unless you are really sick and tired of your old self, you're not going to change it. So this is why every year when you are setting the goal for yourself, oh, I want to achieve this, I want to achieve that, I want to become this new person, I want to become more confident, I want to get more money, I want to get in a relationship, whatever, at the end of the year, you end up being the same person that you've been on the January 1st of the beginning of the year. We humans are not changing what is working. So unless you are really ready to step up on this path, you need to become so committed for it, for yourself, that you are really going to work with it. And this is something that I suffered the most. I wanted to change always, but I not always was actually ready to change. I was too comfortable being uncomfortable in my life, if you know what I mean. I just knew all of these bad details that I had around me. I knew these crappy friends, I knew this bad job, and I knew how to navigate through all of this stress and madness, but I didn't know how to navigate through something that I really like, something that I would really enjoy. And this is why our brain will always choose familiar hell over unfamiliar heaven. So be aware of that. Once you start changing, your brain will do everything to not let you do this. As now you're warned, you are ready. So let's go to what you actually can do and what you need to pay attention to at your process of change. The first thing that I started looking for when I was changing myself is for the role model. And unfortunately, the role model that I was choosing was not really the best. It was not even remotely good, actually. I remember that at some moment of time when I was in the university, there was very popular this relationship feminine content. Currently, it's popular in the Western world, but we Eastern women, we kind of went through this a lot long ago. And this is like actually a little bit crazy, because the content that I was watching is very far away from, let's say, Shira 7. I love Shira, go watch her content. But what I was watching is how to be this submissive, this feminine, of this light woman behind her husband, based on Vedas. If you know what Veda, I hope this is how they are pronounced in English, are whatsoever, but this is like some Indian scriptures about life, spirituality, and there was a little bit about relationship as well. So there were people who were kind of like giving this knowledge to us, and I was thinking that just being this type of woman is going to actually change my circumstances and is going to bring me happiness. But I couldn't be more wrong, actually. And let me tell you, there were not only people who were talking about some spiritual scriptures, there were different people, like men, women, skeptics, atheists, religious people, whatsoever. I was just seeking the truth, and everyone was promising one thing to me, like, do this thing, you will be happy. And I was kind of like thinking that, oh, if I'm unhappy in the relationship, and then these people know something and they can pass this knowledge to me. And again, I couldn't be more wrong, because this is the moment where I started becoming very, very unhappy with my life, because this role model that I was choosing was a complete opposite of what I was actually dreaming about for myself. So when you're choosing a role model, let's say you're just starting your path and you're looking up to some influencers, you're looking up for coaches, you're looking up for people who you think are more successful than you, and they can like show you how you can become happy, rich, whatever. Ask yourself, do I actually want to live like this person does? Is this something that fully corresponds with my values? Because if you are someone like me who was always dreaming about crazy career, being rich, being famous, like being all this, like, you know, superstar, but at the same time I was watching people who were telling me that you need to be a shadow of a man, always be behind of a man, and God forbid you hurt his ego by your wish to be successful. No wonder that I was unhappy, because I was trying to do all of these things because they promised me happiness. Not only I didn't get a man, God bless at that time, not only I didn't get happiness, but like I was just gradually becoming more and more unhappy. So if you are someone, if you're a woman who wishes for a crazy career, don't look up for Nara Smiths. Don't look up for thread wives, because what you are looking up to and what you are actually dreaming about is crazy different. And before you start saying that, like, oh, Nara Smith is actually, she's a millionaire, she's a model, she has a career, yeah, but when you as a woman watch her content, do you think about her being like great entrepreneur, or you're thinking, oh, she just gets time to be with her husband and cook for her kids from scratch and all of these things? Like, what are you actually praising there? You shouldn't be looking for a role model in someone who does not fully correspond with what you want to get and what you want to reach. Because every time that you will be cutting these pieces of yourself, pieces of your wishes, of your goals, and trying to take your personality and create something new from it, something that doesn't belong to you, to get validation from people who also never were meant to be around you, you will become the most unhappy version of yourself, the unhappiest you could have ever been. So when you're looking for this role model, for this person whose path you can follow, try to research as many things about this person as you can only get. What are they getting in life? How they are getting treated? How they like became who they were? What are their values? Because if you see that this person is, let's say, crazy successful, crazy rich, but at the same time their values are crap, and you still want to pursue their like role model, you will not be happy either. But the best role model that you can actually create for yourself is your highest self. Because let me tell you, none of the people who you want to choose as your role model will be able to show you your path, and they will not be able to show you how to live your path with the same level of greatness that your higher self can. Now let me explain. To find your path in life, to find your passion is the easiest thing if you can just listen to yourself and not say that, oh, everything I think about is just a crap. This is just delusional nonsense. I need to look for something real and go to this 9 to 5 and be there for the next 50 years. And this is the second part of what you actually need to do. This is how to find your spark, your purpose in life that will make you happy. Do you know this itch that you always want to scratch, that is always somewhere inside you and just doesn't let you go? This itch is what you are daydreaming about the most. Your passion never leaves you. Your passion always reminds you of it. It always keeps you tense until you scratch that itch. And let me explain. Let's say you have 9 to 5 job, but every day, every night, you have these daydreams about yourself being a DJ, about being a musician, about people enjoying your music and just becoming happier with it, sharing your feelings and experience through music, through the form of art. So your passion is actually being a DJ. So you should go and start pursuing that. Go to the DJ courses or whatever, start learning more about music so you can finally scratch that itch, because this is where you are meant to go. This is not just delusional, useless daydreaming nonsense. This is where you are meant to be. And let me tell you one thing. This is the craziest manifestation story that I ever had. This is the craziest one, because when I started, when I did that, I didn't even know about manifestation as much as I do now. I obviously did, but I didn't know that at that moment of time I was manifesting. So years ago, I've been working as the life insurance agent. I've been selling life insurance. I've been the financial consultant. I've been helping people to find their programs, etc. Yada, yada, yada. And I've been very unhappy. I've been very unhappy at this work because this was something that I just didn't belong to. I was not surrounded by people I wanted to be with. I was not doing something that was where I could fully express myself. So what was happening that every day, I kid you not, I was daydreaming about myself working in IT. I never wanted to work in IT. I never even got education for it or whatever. I was daydreaming about myself working in IT, flying over to Dubai, other different areas of the world, making different contracts with people, getting recognition, getting success. And I kid you not, in a year and a half, this opportunity came to me. Everything of this I now do on a day-to-day basis, with all the trips, with all the contracts, with all the recognition. I do it every damn day. And I didn't even know that I was manifesting it. This was just every time I was thinking about this, I was why am I even thinking about this nonsense? I'm not in IT. I'm not going to get into IT. I don't want to do any of these things. I thought that being life insurance person, even though I've been very unhappy with this, I thought that this is what I had to do and I will get success in this exact area. I kid you not, my higher self always knew where I have to be, and I got the most success in the area which it brought me to. So when you are daydreaming about something, this is not just a nonsense. And the same was with YouTube. I was always daydreaming about having the YouTube channel, sitting in my room, screaming in my phone, telling people to do something, go achieve their dreams, whatever, sharing my experiences. And I was always scared about coming out on YouTube. It was something this is for big girls, this is for big guys, this is not for me yet. Let me do TikTok, let me do Instagram, let me do whatever, just not pursuing my passion because I'm scared, okay? And every time I was making videos on these platforms, I was even getting success with it whatsoever. But every time it felt for me I am doing something wrong. Like, I am not in my place. Like, I am not doing something that I should be doing. But with the very first video that I uploaded on this channel, I was just like, I will give it a try. I don't care. I don't want to let another year pass and just like be very dissatisfied at the end of the year with what I did not do. With the very first video, I felt massive relief. Finally, I was like, the itch is scratched. I am relieved. And I have no doubt that I will be successful with it as well, because my higher self always knows. And I know that there is something for me and for people who are watching these videos. So if you don't even know, with all of this, like, okay, I will become a DJ, I will go to apply to this position, or your dream is just to start, I don't know, learning French or go start like fencing lessons whatsoever, and you don't know what is there for you, maybe this is something that is for other people. You are meant to show other people something. You are meant to do this. If you have this calling, you need to satisfy it, because you will not find your peace. You will never be like free. You will never be calm unless you satisfy it. And this is how you find your passion. So now you know, you have this role model, which is your higher self or someone who you really respect. But I still recommend for your higher self, because who you should respect more than you should respect yourself, right? Give it to yourself first. So you don't need to look for other people. What do they do? Whatever it is, like, give it to yourself. What is your path? Get familiar with it. You found this itch. You found these goals that you really want to do. You get familiar with it. What is now? What do you do next? So you know all of these things. And now you need to research your values. And this is where you start adding new values, aka discipline, commitment, passion, some words that we are trying to escape from. You know, when you're telling people that, look, you need to be disciplined and you need to be committed to what you want to achieve despite anything, they are like, yes, because I have a passion, so I will definitely achieve it. But after the very first difficulty, they're like, oh, okay, maybe not. Maybe not. You need to forget about this. If you want to achieve anything in this life, if there is no discipline, if there is no commitment, you're done. We are getting back to the moment where we just started talking. If you are not sick and tired of not getting things you want in life, you are not going to change. And to change, you need to be disciplined, because passion comes and goes. Motivation comes and goes. Passion and commitment stays, and you now need a plan. There are some things that you can plan, that you cannot plan, that you can start doing now, and that you don't even know how you start doing them. So let's say when I was doing life insurance, I didn't know how I changed my life. Even if I've been very unhappy with this, I didn't have massive success that I wanted in this area, and I was like, I am willing to get an opportunity, but I don't know even where to look for. So the opportunity found me. Not always you need to do something exactly to get something. Sometimes you just manifest it out of the thin air. But let's say if you want to start learning French, and you're just sitting there and waiting when French is going to get downloaded in your brain, this is not how it's going to work. I fucking wish for it, but unfortunately, this is the moment where you should start working. So this is exactly what we do. Get off your goals. I actually, with my bestie, we made a great thing. I will show it to you right now. I will do it very far away so you don't see what's written there, but we created the bingo board card. So this is me all dolled up and sexy, and all of my goals, bingo goals for years. So we created this board. What's its meaning? I hate vision boards, to be honest. I really hate them because none of them worked. And the reason for it partially is that I did not associate themselves with me, actually. And this is why they may not work for you either. I didn't expect this thing to happen to me. I wasn't like excited for this thing to actually start like coming in my life, you know? Like I was just placing pictures of like different stuff and I was like, I am broke. How am I going to get all of this shit? It costs like huge ton of money. I'm not going to make it. So like when I stopped doing them and I get really into manifesting, this is when all of this stuff started getting in. And so this year I decided to make a board, but not just a board, but a bingo board. So you know this game where you have like a bunch of stuff and you need to like cross the bingo. So there is like the actual like kind of science behind these bingo boards for manifestation, because I actually expect these things to happen and I want to cross this like bingo stuffs, right? So this is what you can do. I advise you to also do the bingo board for yourself. The main thing. So you got familiar with all the previous parts of the video. Now you need to start setting goals for yourself. What do you actually want to change? What do you want to have? This can be a new language to learn, this can be new wardrobe, this can be new relationship, new friendship, new trips, whatever it is that you are feeling like you want. You put it on and then you start manifesting it and doing something. So there are the goals that you really need to do something. Like I, for instance, as you may have got to know, I want to learn French. So I cannot just sit there and wish for French to like come into my head one day. What I am going to do is to start actually from the YouTube lessons or from some other lessons to find myself the tutor for French or whatever, right? So you get all of these things that you can plan right now. Like if this is a trip, look for the area where you want to stay in this destination when you are going. If this is some event that you want to organize, also look up for it. Even if you don't have money for it right now, this is where like we'll start manifesting it, okay? So you need to write down what do you need to do for all of these things to actually start getting them. Once you have this plan, you most probably have left some goals that you don't know how are you going to get them. Like I also have this kind of goals on my vision board, like bingo board, but still like I don't know how I'm going to achieve them yet, to be honest. So I just manifest them. I will manifest an opportunity for this goal to open the doors for me, or I'm just going to affirm that I got this thing. And guess what? Like our universe, believe it or not, but it is crafted in a way that the more you put something in your head, it's actually going to come out. It's no joke. Because the more you put your mind to something, your mind automatically starts researching for more opportunities of how you actually can get this thing. You start getting people magically that give you these opportunities or whatever, but actually you are not getting them magically. They have always been in your circle. You just didn't pay attention to them. You weren't noticing all of these things. So you need to know for the start, this is even enough. You need to know what you want and be ready to move for it. And once you start like this mechanism of achieving all of these bingo board cards, like you automatically like start all the mechanism of all the other goals that you don't even know how to achieve. Think about you as the version of yourself who already has it. Everything that you put on this board is actually your like higher self, your higher self. This is what you want. This is who you would be. So now you need to appear as this person. You need to think like this person. Most probably the person who has all of your wishes, she is not thinking like, oh my God, I cannot organize this trip because I'm actually broke or whatever. She thinks like, oh my God, this trip is amazing. I'm so excited for it. I am ready and I'm going to it this year. Like you should be in excitement to get your goals, because what you expect is what you eventually get. I will make a more detailed video on like manifesting stuff, but like I'm telling you, if you just do all of these things that we talked about in this video, this will be like 90% of your success this year. The rest 10% is just you like moving your legs, you just living and being the person who you want to become. And this is it. If you don't believe me, just try it out. You will most probably see the new opportunities in the next couple of weeks, even before New Year or very short after the New Year. I'm telling you, I'm going to bet on that. That was it. Thank you very much for your attention. You deserve way more than you can imagine right now. I'm telling you, and you better believe in this. I'll be very happy to see you in my next videos. Bye.